So The Acolyte was not renewed for a second season. Let's start by clarifying the language here. Some media outlets and YouTube personalities are calling this a cancellation, but that's misleading. It's like saying Gina Carano was fired. In both cases, Disney and Lucasfilm made business decisions to not continue. Carano's contract expired and wasn't renewed, and The Acolyte was always planned as a single-season project. Leslye Headland herself confirmed this. Disney simply decided not to greenlight a second season because it didn't make financial sense. There was never an expectation of a long run, although if it had been a huge success, the door might have been opened for more. This isn't a victory for the darker side of the fandom that profited from hating the show either. Disney and Lucasfilm didn't cave to the likes of Star Wars Theory or Critical Drinker. The show wasn't renewed because it didn't connect with the average fan. And while we may spend a lot of time on social media, we're not the typical fan, or the most important demographic. Star Wars social media is a strange place where extreme opinions dominate every discussion, from movies to politics to, yes, even cats. The voices that rise to the top are often the most extreme. Since the start of the Disney era, Star Wars social media has been divided between those who loathe every decision not made by George Lucas and those who defend every move that Disney makes. Heated battles ensue, YouTubers profit, and a false belief emerges that these voices matter. They don't. What matters to a $165 billion company like Disney isn't the noise from 3.3 million Star Wars Theory followers or the millions on social media who heap praise on anything Disney produces. The reality is, there are 153 million Disney Plus subscribers, and in 2023, the service generated $8 billion in revenue, or just under 10% of Disney's total $89 billion. Disney Plus content matters because the entertainment side of Disney, which accounts for 45% of its business, operates on very thin margins. The content has to work. It has to drive subscriptions, ticket sales, and merchandise. Let's be generous and assume that the major YouTube channels criticizing Star Wars have a combined 6 million subscribers. Even if that's true, their influence didn't kill The Acolyte. There are still 145 million other Disney Plus subscribers. The real issue? The Acolyte's first 2 episodes had the lowest minutes viewed of any Star Wars show debut. According to Luminate, it was the least watched Star Wars show since Disney Plus launched nearly 5 years ago. While we can dismiss the 18% Rotten Tomatoes score due to review bombing, we can't ignore the 78% critic score. Only the Book of Boba Fett scored lower. And at $180 million, The Acolyte was the second most expensive Star Wars series ever produced, making it the most costly per episode. For a show to continue, it has to be both a critical hit and a financial success. Math, not YouTube grifters or online negativity, is why The Acolyte won't get a second season. Disney, a company that has faced its own challenges, needs to show profit and growth, and for The Acolyte, the math just didn't work. Some fans are learning the hard truth. Disney will prioritize what appeals to the average park-going, Walmart shopping Disney Plus subscriber. The risk tolerance for Star Wars is shrinking. Licensing accounts for 23% of Disney's operating income, while theme parks make up 70%. If characters like Chimere, Osha, and Soul aren't bringing people to Disneyland or selling Lego sets, they're not going to be a priority. The takeaway for fans upset by The Acolyte's one-and-done status is that Star Wars is a business first. The YouTube grifters didn't sink the show, and Disney didn't abandon it. The series simply underperformed. The silver lining? Well, in today's Star Wars universe, no story is ever truly over. Characters like Chimere and Osha, Plagueis' cameo, and Vernestra Row's fate will continue in other media, whether it's books, comics, games, or future shows. Disney and Lucasfilm have embraced a multimedia storytelling approach, dating back to the groundbreaking Shadows of the Empire project in the 1990s. They've also learned to accept that some stories will only reach a niche audience, a number that clearly wasn't big enough to justify another season of The Acolyte.